Thank you for tuning in to Gloves Off Seattle. Your hosts, Patti and Meagan, will be talking about all things Seattle women's hockey. A huge Pacific Northwest welcome to the PWHL. Gloves Off Seattle! Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.
Gloves Off Seattle.
We are still riding the high. I wasn't going to say what I was going to say because I'm like, don't start on it. I want to say I'm tired, but I was like, don't start on a negative note, Megan.
It's not negative. It's just what it is.
It is what it
We are
is.
tired.
Yes, we are
had a
tired.
very packed weekend
Yes.
and did not sleep much last night.
Yeah.
And we tried to take a nap today and it's not enough.
Yeah.
Is it ever
Yeah.
enough?
So as we promised, we are gonna get this episode recorded, and I'm sure that the retelling of it is going to energize us because I'm telling you, like, it's still just I cannot believe what the last 48 hours? Yeah.
48 hours now.
48 hours has been, and how amazing it's been, and all the things. And for those that tune into us just to hear about the game, we lost in a kind of a heartbreaking way, to be perfectly honest. We shouldn't. I mean, we shouldn't have lost, but we had this game in the bag. We were playing, pretty.
81-0 late in the game. I never think it was in the bag.
Okay.
It was ever in the bag.
Anyway, Corinne Schroeder stood on her head.
She did.
And
Especially in the third.
yeah,
I mean, they brought it in the third.
Yeah, we'll get to the game, but we have to retell because you know me, I like to go in chronological order. We have to retell from the very beginning. So we are going to start on Friday because that is where the adventure begins. So for anybody living under a rock and who hasn't been following along or knows what's been going on, we went to New York this weekend to see the Torrent play in Madison Square Garden against the Sirens. So
whirlwind trip.
yeah, to say the extreme very, very least. So because we had, and I guess the long story short is we had made the plans to go to Montreal and Boston, and they announced this Madison Square Garden game because it was just a TBD game. We didn't know where the game was. I mean, it wasn't really in our.
They announced it the day after we made plans.
No, I know, but like looking at the schedule, there was no reason to put any emphasis on that game or getting to that game or paying attention to that game because there was no location and or time on the schedule for the game. So
it wasn't a takeaway tour.
Takeover
tour.
Yeah. The takeover tour. It was not a takeover tour game, but it was anyway. So they announced the day after we got back from, or the day after we made the plans to go to Montreal and Boston that this was going to be at Madison Square Garden. So we kind of wrote it off and said it would be lovely, but we're not going to be able to make it.
Right.
So
FOMO kicked in.
Well, FOMO, there was a number of things that happened. There was some dominoes that fell into place, but we just decided last minute, we're like, this is silly. Like, we want to go. Like, we should just go. Yeah, like YOLO. Like, really. Like, life is short. You got to do the fun thing. And so we made the plan, and we knew that because we had been out of town for a little bit of a longer weekend a couple weeks ago, we really couldn't be out of town for very long. So we did a very, very quick turnaround trip. So we left, we got the kids off to school on Friday morning. And then I know I worked a little bit on Friday morning, and then we left and we headed to the airport. Yeah. So
we got in late.
Yes, we flew. So we flew into Newark, and we knew that we were gonna get in later, like it was like 11:30, something like that. And we were like, okay, we don't want to have to worry about getting into the city that night, so we're like, we'll just stay out by the airport. So we found a hotel out by the airport and basically just crashed.
Yeah, crashed.
Yeah.
Woke up early. Met a professional women's tackle football team.
That is so true. And we didn't even write that down in the notes. Okay. This was the coolest thing because I didn't even we were such in a blur when we got to the hotel that night. Like I wasn't really paying attention, but Patty went down to get us breakfast and whatever and came back up and said, there's a professional tackle women's football team staying here in the hotel. And I kind of clocked it, but then I'm like, okay. I was like, what? And then it's like, it's an Atlanta team. The name of the team is the Atlanta
Atlanta Truth.
Truth. So shout out Atlanta Truth. And then after we were all ready to go and all was said and done and we're getting ready to check out, we go down and they're all in the lobby. And it was funny because we had Torrent t-shirts on. And so they were kind of like, they
Who
were
are
like,
you
what's
with?
that? What's that? And we're like, oh, we're here to see, professional women's hockey league. And they're like, there's women's hockey.
They were as surprised as
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were.
yeah. So they were surprised and it was very fun. We had a great conversation with a bunch of them. We ended up following them on social media and just, huge shout out to them. They played a game Saturday afternoon. We contemplated trying to get to the game because we thought that might be fun to cheer them on, but it was out in Jersey and we were already had plans to go into the city. So it didn't end up working out, but now we're kind of like, ooh, should we get into women's tackle?
They're the Seattle team,
There is
so
the Majestics.
Majestics,
Yeah, the
yes.
Seattle Majestics is our Seattle team. So I think you've already been in contact with them, haven't you?
Yeah, we messaged a little bit on TikTok with
Patty's
them.
already hooked up with the Majestic, so we're gonna try and get to a game. I think that'd be really fun. I mean, we've been talking about like what are we gonna do in the off season? Not like there's not gonna be plenty to talk about in the off season, but who knows? Maybe we'll get into a couple other sports.
Hmm.
Anyway, I completely forgot about that. That wasn't even on my radar to talk about.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
gonna be a long episode. I'm just
Oh,
so much
okay.
happened.
So much happened, but we'll try and keep it succinct. So we got into the city. By Amtrak.
Uh-huh.
And
We dropped our bags
we dropped our
at the
bags. So
24-hour deli,
yeah, so pro
as
tip.
New Yorkers do.
Yeah, pro tip there are places all around the city. We used a service called Bounce.
Found.
Yeah, there's other ones. Shout out night nurse Megan, who we spent some time with this weekend. She was in New York as well. She said she'd used another service. I can't remember what the name of it is,
I
but
can't even.
it's a thing. And yeah, it's a 24-hour deli. Basically, you just go up to the counter and you're like, I want to check my bags, and they give you a tag, and they take your bags back into their storage room and they keep them for you. And it was totally safe and secure, and it was
Yeah.
great. So no complaints there. And then we went to Times Square.
Yeah. Then we went to Times Square.
Yeah.
We hooked up with night nurse Megan. We got
Yes.
some Dunkin'.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yeah,
then
yes.
we,
We had to get the Dunkin'. We had to get the Dunkin'
yeah,
coffee. I
then we
couldn't
walked to
not.
Times Square.
Yes, we walked over to Times Square with the mission. So the whole mission was in going to Times Square is that they have these kiosks, basically selling last minute,
Same day ticket.
same day Broadway tickets. So you can get a discount on a Broadway show if you do it last minute. So we had our eyes on a couple of shows that we wanted potentially to see, and we were like, okay, if we can get tickets, to one of these,
She
we'll
really
go.
wanted to see Harry Potter because
Well, Tom Felton is
Tom
playing
Felton's
Draco. Yeah, Draco Malfoy. For those that don't know who aren't nerds, that Tom Felton is the actor who played Draco Malfoy in the movies, and now he's playing his adult self in the play on Broadway, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. But when I looked online, there weren't even two seats together, like anywhere in the theater. So we kind of figured it probably wasn't going. That was probably going to be a no. And then by the time we got there, it was like one after
it was
one.
1:40. It was
Oh, it was 1:40.
1:35,
Okay.
1:40.
So, and
Because
we
most matinees are at 2.
2 o'clock. So that I
And
was
the line
like,
was
I'm not, yeah, I was like, I don't know that we're gonna make it 2 o'clock. So I went up and I looked at the board, and this very nice, lovely person helped me. And they're like, here, scan the QR code. It's easier to look. And I looked, and the other show that I really wanted to see, which was Six, was playing at 3. And I was like, oh, it's Kismet. It's perfect
perfect.
because we have time because it was, a little before 2. We're like, even if we get through this line, we're going to be late. And, I don't know, walking into a theater after a show started is kind of icky to me.
I don't
So,
do that in a movie theater, let alone a
oh,
live
really?
theater.
Oh,
No,
I'll do it in a movie
no,
theater.
no. As
But just as a deference to the live performers, like how distracting. And
yeah,
people were, I
so
mean,
agree.
we ended up going to see Six, and people did walk in late. And I was just
But they
like,
didn't let him come in during the song. It was like between the songs. I think it
oh,
was like a hockey
oh,
out
like
there.
a
Where it's
hockey
like
game.
puck is in play.
How is
Please
it
hang
go?
back until the between the songs. It was really funny. But yeah, it was a really good show. Dylan
Mulvaney.
Mulvaney
Yeah.
was there
Yes.
playing Anne Boleyn.
And Boleyn. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was kind of the draw for me. There was a couple of shows that had some people in it that I was like, oh, I'd like to see them. And we thought it'd be really fun to see Dylan Mulvaney play Anne
And it
Boleyn.
was
And she was
great
great. Oh yeah. I
performance.
mean, I can't this is when if you're in a fan of live theater, I'm sorry, I'm just saying trying to say a lot of things at once. If you're a fan of live theater, I've seen touring Broadway shows before. I've never been to New York before. This was my first trip to New York. We should say that out loud. But like I've seen touring Broadway shows, and the caliber of like performer is insane. I mean, these women that were in the show, I mean, they were just insanely talented. And I mean, I've never seen any of them before, but that doesn't mean that they're probably, highly acclaimed, Broadway actresses. But anyway, the show was
It
awesome.
was really cool.
It was really good.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, that's what we did in the afternoon. What was next?
After that, we took
Oh, you don't want my phone to go to sleep.
we
Thanks.
took the subway back towards Madison Square Garden.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because we came out. So when we went in, when we were walking down Times Square, and like before we went into the theater, it was beautiful. It was blue skies and 70
I
degrees
was like,
and
do I need sunscreen? I'm
t-shirt.
feeling the sun. I'm like, I'm gonna get sunburnt. And we came out of the theater.
And it was like Seattle. And I'm like, oh, I'm cold. Like I didn't have because we stored all our
short
stuff.
sleeves.
So like we had short sleeves
Yeah.
on and all this stuff. So I'm like, oh crap, we got to get back to our stuff so that I can put clothes on. At that point, it was late enough that so everyone knows the doors to MSG didn't open until 7 for an 8 o'clock game. And the reason is because it was a doubleheader. The Rangers played that afternoon. And so in order to turn over the arena, I guess that's the time they need. And so we were like, we need to get in line. We wanted to make sure that we were in line early because there were some things we wanted to do immediately when we got in the arena, and we'll talk about that. But that was kind of, we were like, okay, show's over, get back, get in line.
So we hopped on the subway and headed back and got in line. Oh, when we came out at Madison Square Garden, it was raining.
Yeah, but didn't we meet?
Oh yeah, on the subway over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met Cheryl and Lizzie from Siren fans from Detroit.
From Detroit, yeah. So that this is going to be the mega shout out episode because of all the people we met. So, if we met you and we connected with you on social media, I tried to put a post out with everybody we connected with and tag you up. But if I'm missing anybody and you're listening to this, just shoot me a message and tell me. Like, I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to tag you on a post. Yeah, it is really meeting people. So yeah, so Lizzie and Cheryl, Cheryl was going to her first PWHL game. That was Lizzie's mom, so it was mom daughter. She had never been to a game before, but Lizzie had been to a couple of games, and so she'd been to the Detroit Takeover Tour games, and we're rooting for them. We are rooting for Detroit to get a team for Lizzie and Cheryl.
Yes. But it was funny how you saw them on the platform and they're like, hockey game? Are you going to hockey game?
Oh yeah, no. So we had the Torrent shirts on, and Cheryl said, it was really cute because she was like, she kind of said it quiet, and I'm like, she does not want me to respond to her, but I'm going to anyway because I'm like, you say something, you're gonna get it back. So she's like, you going to the hockey game later on? I'm like, yeah, we are. I was like, are you guys? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, are you Torrent fans? She's like, no. And I was like, okay, we'll talk anyway. No. It was great.
Really sweet.
Oh no, it was such a fun conversation just about hockey and getting excited about getting a team and what that was like for us and that sort of thing. So it was amazing. And we rode with them all the way to Madison Square.
Garden.
Yeah. And then when we got off, it was raining and Patty left me in the subway terminal. So she could go get everything so I didn't have to walk in the rain and the cold.
Went back to the deli and got some stuff. I put some stuff into our bags and switched out one bag and got our jerseys and our hoodies and forgot to put some stuff back. But it was good. And then we went and got in line.
Yes, so we stood in line for almost 2 hours. Which was fun. It was actually fun because a lot of fun things happened in line. So we met up. There was tons of Siren fans all over.
Siren fans. A handful of Torrent fans.
Yeah, a handful of Torrent fans. But
we stood around mostly with Amy, Kate, and Amy.
Yeah. So Amy was the first one there, and that she was. You talked to her before I even got there. So Amy made a little not crocheted cross stitch. Thank you. Cross stitched thing that she was wanting to trade for a puck, and it had the it had Torrent and Siren.
It had Siren logo. Yeah. It had the MSG.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really very well.
It was cute. We posted it on our social media, but yeah. So she and then she got Hannah Murphy actually traded her for a puck, so she got a warm up puck for that. So
our players are awesome.
It was really cool. So the people who were standing in line, they were up front in the line, were like us. They were like either beelining for merch because that's what I was gonna do, or beelining for the glass so that we could get close for warm up. So it was really it was fun to stay in line. We saw shout out Lexi Agia's mom and dad. They were in line and we said hi to them and I had a good conversation with them. Who else did we see? Oh, we met the two Montreal fans. What were their names?
Right, right. That was Ari gave us bracelets, the
Ari.
Montreal fan.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
so they came by, or they came, they came in line, and they
Hmm.
actually we had a good conversation with them. And I think is it Ari or the other one that are coming to? There's two games in Seattle that they're coming
I
to.
think I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we told them, and Kate, so we told them, definitely hook up with us when you guys are out here. Come see us back at Section 7. That's where we
Hmm.
sit.
Yeah.
So that was really fun to talk to them.
Yeah. We also met Rob Schaefer from Sports Business Journal.
Yeah, Sports Business Journal. And that we actually we owe him an email. Rob,
Yeah,
we owe you
oh,
an
yeah.
email. He asked us how we felt about the vibes because that was kind of it was funny because there was a couple of reporters that came up and it was like they really just wanted to talk about like what do we feel like the vibes were going to be like at MSG. And I'm like, if they're anything like any other PWHL game we've been to, they're going to be immaculate
That's
because they
exciting.
really are. Yeah, they really
Mhm.
are. It's good vibes for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Then the Sirens team walked
Oh
by.
yeah, then we saw that. We saw that the team got. I mean, I don't know. You didn't even see really the bus they were getting off of.
I don't know.
Yeah, but the team walked in right by us,
For all I know, they took the subway.
and
I
of
don't know.
course, Patty yells out, "Go Torrent!"
Because Patty's Patty.
to this, and you gotta. I think O'Brien gave you a nasty look. I think that's what happened. It was
Yeah.
really funny. It was like a oh, and it was like yeah. I was like yeah. I was like that's not very nice yelling out the opposing team's name at them.
Sorry, not
Anyway,
sorry.
okay. Anyway, but we were like, I was like, no, go women's sports. We love you guys too. Like, you're not our team. We're not rooting for you, but I don't dislike you just because you're, yeah. Anyway, so that was super fun.
Yeah.
And then Julia Takeri was walking around interviewing people, so we got to chat with her, give her a hug, and just smile, and it was fun. It was just it was fun standing in line,
Mhm.
even more though we were definitely in the minority of people.
Fandom.
Yeah, fandom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Then we got in. Megan went to merch.
I did.
I went to warm-ups.
I went.
Divide and conquer. This is
Yeah.
how good marriage works.
Yeah. So I went straight to the merch counter. I was the first in line. And so we were going because our niece texted us and said she had tried to get the
Everyone
Everyone
watches
Watches
women's
Women's
hockey.
Hockey online, but they were sold out. And so she's like, "Can you guys pick it up?" Because that was the thing is they were pre-selling them online and then they were in arena on Saturday night. So I was like, "Okay, beeline there." And I was like, "Okay, here's what I need. I need these sizes. I need three shirts, one for me, one for Patty, and one for our niece." And then actually the young man that was helping me, he was very helpful because he was like, "No pucks," and I was like, "Oh yes, I do need a game puck. Thank you so much." But what I should have done, and I kept looking at, was
He
there
tried
was
to make you buy it
he
too.
did try to make me buy it, and I was like, "Oh, we're already spending enough money. I don't need to spend any more money." But there was a limited edition, obviously Game
T-shirt.
Day Madison Square Garden T-shirt. Night Nurse Megan got one, and it is very cool. But at that point, I was like, "No, I spent enough money. I don't need to spend any more money." And then, of course, when Patty saw it, she tried to go back and get it, and there was no
The
way.
line was around the
There
building
was no
and
way.
I looked at I tried. So it wasn't in the cards and that was fine. We
Yeah.
did get everyone watch the women's hockey uh t-shirts.
Hmm.
So and we got long sleeve ones coming too.
We do eventually,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
we're in for warm-ups.
Yep, we came down for warm-ups. It is very different in MSG than it is at Climate Pledge. They will not let you really close to the glass. You have to have a
No.
ticket to get down
By the
like on the
glass.
glass.
Hmm.
Otherwise you're kind of
Raised
raised and
up
up
and
and about.
back.
But I will say the players still did a really good job of making sure because there was a young lady next to us who
Who's loved Hillary since
yeah.
Boston and
Well,
it was
she
a
she got to
spokesman.
she got to interview her. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're from Philadelphia, Pittsburgh,
Somewhere.
somewhere in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. I'm sorry. Lehigh Valley, I think is what they said.
Mm.
Anyway, but so she had gotten to interview her at a like years ago at a youth hockey thing and so
Something.
really just fell in love with Hillary and so
Hmm.
she had a Red Bull and some friendship bracelets and had a little sign that said we'll
We'll
trade for
trade.
we'll trade for a puck and the whole time I mean we're trying to get Hillary's attention and the thing is that I forget like when they're on the ice they're very aware of what's going on around them. They're just very focused on it. So it was really amazing. And just shout out Hillary Knight because she was so focused in. You would have thought she did not see anything that was going on. The moment she was done warming up, she deadlocked with that little girl and said, "Here's your puck," and flipped a puck over the side. So she knew that she was waiting. You don't have to.
Well, actually, I think Kayla Barnes caught my eye when I was pointing at her. I'm like pointing. I think Kayla
Oh,
told
totally Hillary. Yeah.
Hillary.
Anyway, I'm just
So
saying, like, they're aware. Like, I know, I get it. Like, when they're warming up, like, people are trying to get their attention, especially if you're trying to trade for something. But, they're also locked in on warming up and doing their routine because a lot of them are very superstitious and have to do things the same way. So I have found, and what I've seen from all the warm ups we've been to is that they typically wait until they are done warming up, completely done
and
warming
then they're
up,
like tossing.
and then they will start tossing pucks over the side. They don't normally do it in the middle of warm up. So anyway, it was very cool. It was very cool to see her do that. And that's, I mean, Hillary, chucked a puck over to our oldest. Oh, speaking of our oldest, we cannot forget this. He made a Lego minifig for our podcast set, and he keeps asking us like,
Did you talk about
did
it?
you
Did you
talk
talk
about it?
about
Did
it?
you show it? Did you point it on the set? So it's a little, so for those that aren't watching, it's behind us. It's a little female Lego minifig that is a hockey player. Like he's like, yeah, it's
Skates.
hat and skate. He was like, look, I made it for the podcast set. So I was like, oh, that's really, he's 11. So anyway, we were very excited, and I've been meaning, but the reason why he came to mind was because Hillary chucked a puck when we were at the penalty box at the last home game.
Hmm.
She chucked a puck over at him. So yeah, they
That
do
is
such a good, the whole team
hmm
does such a good job at really paying attention to the fans and making sure, yeah, because night nurse Megan also got a warm up puck, which she's
she
never gotten
did.
before
I
either. She's really
was so
excited.
happy.
Yeah, she's like, I've never got a warm up puck. I go to them on the ice all the time. And she's like, gotta go to New York City to get a warm up puck. I'm like, what an
Hey,
epic warm up puck to
right?
get, like for sure. So
Yeah.
anyway, okay, so we did meet some people.
KJ came to say hi.
Yes, and then also Jada Habish's mom came down and said hi to us
Yeah.
during warm-ups, and
I actually met them in Lowell
yeah,
when
I
we
did
were
not.
there because Jada Havish's mom's, I don't know. I hugged somebody because they were wearing Torrent gear, and I'm like, oh my God, you're wearing Torrent. And there weren't many in Boston at all. So I'm like, oh, I gave him a hug. And I didn't know. I was hugging hate it.
J
Yeah.
Jada's.
The other daughter, I don't know, daughter's boyfriend. And I was really happy. So she came up and she's like, you hugged my daughter's boyfriend. Like, yes, I did.
So we don't know. So that what Patty's trying to talk around and isn't doing a very good job is that we're
Sorry.
not sure. It's okay. We're not sure because what Jada's mom said to us is you hugged my daughter's boyfriend.
Right.
I'm not making any assumptions about Jada one way or the other. I don't know if this was her boyfriend. I don't know if she has another daughter whose boyfriend this is. And that's what I told Patty. I was like, no. I don't want to assume that was Jada's boyfriend. I don't know. Maybe she's got three sisters. Like, who knows who the boyfriend was? Anyway, but one of Suzette.
Yes,
Suzette is
Suzette.
Jada's mom. One of Suzette's children has a boyfriend that Patty
Hugged,
hugged.
accosted in Lowell.
Yes, because he had a Torrent jersey on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna apologize for my wife right now. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was great. It was really great to see them. And it was really awesome to see that there was more parents there that were there too, but it was fun to see the parents that were out supporting. And
Mhm.
so then when we were walking back up the stairs, we ran into Carpy's wife, Steph.
Very nice.
Yeah, shout out Steph. We
Mhm.
actually had never like physically met in person before. We've had some
Connected
interactions
over
otherwise,
social.
but yeah, it was good to hug her. And then we also got to meet other good friends of theirs that when they were in New York, their New
Very
York friends, Jerry and Melissa. Yeah,
Mhm.
so shout out to them. And they were very kind. And he actually used to coach Carpy. This was a fun story.
Right.
He used to coach Carpy on a co-ed when she was a kid, and
With
he
his son
said,
too,
well,
right?
that's what Steph wanted to point out because it
Yeah.
was really funny because he said she was the best player on the team. And this is what Steph said. Steph said, and his son was on the team, so that's true because if he's saying that because his son was on the team. And I was like, yeah. So yeah, not a shock, I'm sure, to any of us that Alex Carpenter was the best player on her co-ed team growing up.
I'm
So
not shocked.
yeah.
I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
And then right behind them, we met Heather and Jeremiah, who came during second intermission for the picture. Just hooked up with them.
We met Heather and Jeremiah.
Heather and Jeremiah, they were just Torrent fans that were
Oh,
sitting
okay.
behind
That we
stuff.
met. Oh, they were sitting behind Steph.
Sitting
Oh,
behind
okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot going on, guys. There was a lot, a
Yeah.
lot. Okay, so then we went and
We
got
head over to our
food.
store. Well, we saw Lindy's dad too. He
Oh,
came
that's
to say
right. Oh,
hi.
yeah. Yeah.
Lindy's
Lindy
dad,
Lobdell's
David.
dad, David. Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
we saw him in the concourse because we were kind of making the rounds trying to figure out food. And yeah, so he stopped us and we said hi. And yeah,
Mhm.
just like I said, just everybody, I love this community and everybody's so kind. And it's very fun to be a part of it and just support our team together,
Absolutely.
So Yeah.
So then we got food. That took a bit. Megan got to see the puck drop, the
Yeah.
ceremonial puck drop.
Well,
I
we
was
were in line.
excited.
Yeah, we were in line for food. We were actually just waiting on food, and I was like, "Oh, they're about ready to drop the puck." And then
Sure.
they announced that Billie Jean King was there because I was like, "I bet Billie Jean King is going to be here. I bet, I bet, I bet." And then they announced it. Well, they said they were talking about they were actually talking about Alana, her wife.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Billie Jean King!" And then they said Alana. I was like, "Oh no, Billie Jean King is here.
Mm-hmm.
If Alana's here." So anyway, I ran up to the to be able to video it so I could get a video of the puck drop. But
She did.
I did. But they did a ceremonial puck drop, which was really cool. It
Mm-hmm.
was really fun to watch. So okay, so
That
then
was first period. It was
yeah.
scoreless. And I'd rather talk about the interactions than the game, but
Well, I mean, there's things to talk about in the game. So I think the one thing that a lot of people were talking about in the game is they did not feel like it was fairly officiated. I don't know. I don't know that I felt like it was that lopsided. We will get into the David call that everybody is very upset about in the second period, but there was also a big scuffle where there was a 5 minute game misconduct
hmm
and two people
it
got
was a pretty
roughing.
big
Yeah,
scrum.
it was a big scuffle. I took pictures because I was like, what is going on? We never see this big of a
hmm
a kerfluffle, but
It was reviewed and she was chucked.
yeah, there was a lot of it felt like emotions were very high. It felt like there was a lot of pressure. I mean, just like a lot of pressure on this game,
Yeah.
because it was such a big stage. So it
Yeah.
was really cool. But
That
yeah, so that was at the end of the first period. So we were scoreless and I felt like we were playing well. We were being outshot like that. We were outshot the entire
not much in the first, but I mean, we were outshot, but not by a lot in the first.
yeah. So that's kind of the story of the first period. So then anything else for first period?
No, first intermission. We
Yes,
went
we
upstairs.
ran upstairs. We tried to figure out how to get upstairs. That was
It was a lot.
yeah,
I'm just gonna tell you, walking around the concourse, I mean, downstairs wasn't too bad. It was a little bit bad, but upstairs was like we felt like salmon, like swimming upstream. Like humanity is coming at us, and we're like, we need to go that way.
yeah.
So,
I'm not from New York. I'm from the Midwest where we are generally kind and, courteous to one another. But
oh,
like I put on
it's not
no,
Midwest in
I was
this.
like, we are not going to get
People.
through this. I was like, I am just going to elbow my way through this crowd because I knew that like we had limited time. We only 17 minutes and we have to get there, say hi to everybody, and then get back to our seats. So anyway, Ava, 365 Hockey Girl, was doing a meetup up in the second level near her seat
Mhm.
during first intermission, which was really fun because we got to meet a bunch of people in person that we didn't had never met in person
Right.
before.
Check
So
hockey report.
yeah, so Preston from Czech Hockey Report, and he had a photographer there with him, Dan. So that was really
Dan.
cool to get to talk to them, get to say hi to them. We saw Lacey, double hockey sticks. We met
Markia. Oh my
Markia.
gosh, she's amazing.
She
She is in what's
Baltimore.
that? No. No, not Maryland. She wasn't it
No,
Rhode Island?
no, she's Baltimore.
Baltimore?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Sorry, Markia.
that's
Oh,
okay.
I wrote Baltimore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's from
Yeah. And she became a Seattle fan.
Yeah, she's a Torrent fan, and that was kind of the trippy thing to me. And we'll talk about this. We met people on the subway after too, who are not from anywhere close to Seattle, but yet
Well,
are Seattle
ties to
fans. Yeah,
Seattle.
they do have ties to Seattle, but it's just funny to me how people when you don't have a team in your area, and I guess it's kind of like like looking at like Ava. Ava was a fan of the league
hmm
before Seattle got a team, and she was a
hmm
Big 12 fan. I
Yeah.
mean, and so it's like you just pick your team at that point. Like, who do you like? Who do you want to cheer for? So
Yeah.
there was a lot of people at that meetup. It was very people-y, but we just wanted to see everybody and at least make sure we knew that Ava was very busy because she used to live in the city, and so she had a lot of there was just like she had a lot of people to see. So we just wanted to make sure we got our we got to hug her neck. That's what
Yeah. We
I was
haven't
like.
seen her in a
No,
while.
we haven't seen her in a while. She's been traveling.
Yeah.
So anyway, good time. So that was first intermission. The poor people that we were sitting next to,
So sorry for
yeah.
everyone in our row. We were late to every period. Every period we were late, and we were in the middle of this very long
Yeah.
row, and the rows of there was very comfortable seats.
Oh no.
Cup
Okay,
holders.
yes, we can do this now. We're gonna rate MSG because I said I was gonna rate arenas that we went into. I don't. I definitely give this a very strong 9, maybe even a 9.5. Guys, I love this arena, and I will tell you the acoustics in it
Mm.
are incredible. Like, and I love Climate Pledge. Like, Climate Pledge is our, gold standard here because it's our arena. But the seats were comfortable. There were cup holders. The only thing that really takes it down is, yeah, the concourse is, especially on the upper levels, is very small.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get in between levels too. And it's kind of like the
We
Honda
got
Center.
lost.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Honda Center where you have to go out, to go up. Whereas
Hmm.
if you've been to Climate Pledge, there's just like there's big open areas. It's just anyway, it's a lot different. You could tell it's an older arena, but they've done a lot of updating, and it is that
It's beautiful. The
ceiling.
ceiling is chef's
It's
kiss.
insane. I
Yeah.
mean, like I've just never seen anything like it. I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about the
Hmm.
a ceiling, guys. Just a
Yeah.
ceiling. It was
Hmm.
beautiful. So yeah, so then we get back in our seats and we were in the second period.
Second period, we scored.
Yeah, we
We
scored.
scored.
Carby scored.
Silver Skull in Madison Square Garden, scored by a professional woman.
Yeah, yeah. So that was the big stat that we got. Kudos to Alex Carpenter. She will forever be the first professional woman hockey player to score a goal in
And
Madison
that's
Square
true.
Garden. Yeah. So congratulations. And I just, honestly, like how amazing is that? And honestly, like I said, this game we didn't look bad in. I mean, we were
Mm-mm.
getting outshot, but that was about the only thing I felt like we were not.
Mhm.
I do feel like the reffing was kind of hard because that's the next thing I want to talk about
The call
is
on
that
David.
yeah, David had a tripping call.
Phantom call.
Yeah, at 13:42, and it's funny because obviously we're not watching the broadcast. We're in the arena, so but I've seen it now. I've seen the
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 replay.
replay, and if you look at it from the angle, like literally she did not touch the skater that
Mm.
went down. Like they just went down, and then she got 2 minutes for tripping. So, uh, you know, it is what it is. And like I said, I think people's beef about this game was definitely they felt like the officiating was
Yeah.
lopsided. So. But we held our own. We still got outshot. Even though we were up one
Hmm.
for the entirety of the second period, we did get outshot a little bit. Yeah, I think that was kind of the story of the second period.
Yeah.
Anything else that you remember?
No.
Okay.
No.
Um,
Second intermission.
we went to second intermission.
Let's
Okay, so then we went to second intermission, which was our meetup or the Seattle meetup, whatever. We tried to get it out there, and actually, I think it got crowdsourced really well because people were like, "I heard about a meetup during second intermission," and they didn't even hear it from us. So I'm like, "Yes,
Yeah.
word of mouth
People
got
got it
around."
on
Yes,
Facebook. I think
yeah.
it was in other spots. It was really
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
A
yeah. Thank
great
you to
showing.
everybody. Thank you to everybody. Lacey from Double Hockey Sticks shouted us out and got people there. Alicia, Crank got people there. I mean, it was really awesome. So I don't know. I haven't even counted how many people were in the
I
picture.
didn't
I'd say
count
at least
either.
20, maybe 25 people in the
Hmm.
picture. And that was not everybody was there because I looked through the picture and I'm like, oh yeah, so and so wasn't there. So and so. I mean, like they just weren't there during the second intermission.
Right.
So there were a lot of people. There were a lot of people who were there that were missing. So, but there is a big picture of
And tag yourself, especially on
yes.
Facebook, where you can tag yourself. Tag yourselves in those pictures
Tag
because
yourself
trust
or
me.
let me know and I'll tag you. I was like, we're tired, guys. So I was like, I want to get the pictures out there, but I don't have time to like go through and try and figure out who everybody is. So, don't take any offense if you're not tagged
Hmm.
and just let me know. And if you want to be tagged in the pictures, I will do it. But it was just so electrifying to stand around with all these people and just talk about how we all, not all of us, some more people weren't from Seattle, but how many of us had flown from Seattle and like
Hmm.
just talking about like what we were doing in the city and all that kind of stuff. So it was just really it was really fun.
It
It was a
was.
really good
It
time. It
was
was a really
really
good
fun.
time to connect with people.
Yeah.
And I also want to give a huge shout out to Lacey, who brought me a bag full of Elf products.
She got a little swag bag.
No, she was so funny. She handed it to me. She's like, you wear makeup. And I was like, I do wear makeup. Not that I'm wearing any right now, but she was like, you wear makeup. And I'm like, awesome. So, yeah, thank you, Lacey. That bag is, I actually had time at the airport to kind of look through what was in there. And I was
She's
like,
excited.
oh, no, no. I'm like, oh, I don't have this. I would like to do this. And I don't have this. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So,
I got the lip balm.
yeah. Well, that's the only thing you wanted.
Yeah.
Um,
We saw Renee from Chillery
oh, yeah, yeah,
Nights,
yeah. Oh,
Bahar's friend.
we saw her upstairs. That was first
Oh, that was that
intermission.
first
I think
intermission?
that was a
But she
first
came in
intermission.
the picture too, didn't she?
I don't think she was. I don't remember.
Oh,
Anyway, it's all blurring together. But yes, I do want to shout out Renee. It was really cute because it was upstairs because somebody said something about us being Gloves Off Seattle, and they're like, you guys are gloves off Seattle. And it was really cute because she knows Bahar, who painted DJ, the goalie painting behind us. And they play on Chillery Nights, which is the jerseys that we're getting ready to
We
purchase.
just
Yeah,
ordered
we
them
just
tonight.
we just ordered these.
Thank you, AJ.
Yeah, Chillery Night jerseys. So it was what a connection. The Seattle Women's Hockey Club, shout out to the Seattle Women's Hockey Club,
Yeah.
that we had that all the way connection all the way in New York. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Also, well, this is an aside, really, but also during second intermission. So a couple sections over, there was this gentleman who was a Sirens fan completely. But
She calls him a gentleman. He was probably
he was
20.
Yeah, he was very young.
He was very young.
He had this like short set on that was all Sirens colors. It was really amazing, and I thought I could tell it was homemade because it wasn't like merch. It wasn't like there was no
There was no logos on it.
It was just Sirens colors and this flowing like short set with a little short crop top thing. It was amazing.
Oh, no.
And so he came behind where we were all meeting up in Seattle, and he was ordering beer or something. I don't even know if he was 21, but he was ordering something there. So of course I had to go talk to him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, where did you get that set? It's beautiful. I love it. He had made it that morning. Okay. He made it that morning.
Yes.
Okay. And he said he was going to totally rhinestone it up, but he didn't have time
time.
to do it that day.
Okay.
Okay. Blake Mills,
which we
and
cannot.
which is a very generic name.
Yeah, we can't
and
find you on
can't find
social. Yeah.
media. So if anyone knows Blake Mills, anyone out there,
Tag
him,
Yeah.
send us a message because it was amazing, and we want to definitely tag him.
Yeah,
because, wow, that outfit.
And the fact that he made it. And this again, like we were talking to people who are Siren fans. I'm like, yeah, we do a trinket exchange at every single Torrent game. And they're like, really? And I was like, yeah, because there are amazingly creative people in this community and they like to do that and pass stuff out. So anyway, it was really fun.
Yeah.
Anything else from second intermission?
No, it was so good.
It was just very.
It came back over. Everyone came. It was really so much fun.
It was very. It felt really good. It felt really affirming that like we were in the right place with the right people at the right time. So
absolutely.
Yeah, that was super awesome. I'm so glad we made the trip. Like that, just for that moment of like being there with all of our fellow Torrent fans. Like it was totally worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Third period.
Yeah. So we went.
Sirens are a third period team, I heard.
Yeah. Yeah. As are we, which is funny.
Yeah.
So we're going into the third period now. We get outshot by 10. So it was 6-16 in the third. So they definitely outshot us in the third. And then Sarah Fillier, who is she is their, their
go-to.
Their star.
Yeah.
She ended up scoring on us with 3:30. 3:35. Yeah, 3:35 left.
Yeah.
So we almost made it to the end. Oh my gosh, guys, we were getting really excited. And then they tied it up. So then we went to overtime. We went to overtime. So overtime. Again, I don't know did we get outshot in overtime? 2-3. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
So overtime was, it was a lot of a lot of anxiety. Oh my gosh, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? I just want to shout out to Corrine Schroeder. She stood on her flippin' head this game. She got third star, which was 100% deserved. And we were very proud of the Sirens because this is a big night for them and a big night for their team for giving third star to a Torrent player. But she deserved it because, I mean, she did an amazing job. So shout out Schroeds.
Yeah.
So then we go to shootout.
Yeah. And wow, Anna Wilgren almost got it in.
I know. She did a little fake deke again.
Yeah,
and
she did, and it's a great move. And
Yeah.
it just dangled right on the line. It did the whole like spinning, and it did not go over.
Yeah.
So that would have been a lot different.
Yeah, so it was funny because when Wilgren came out first, I was like, "Oh, coach is going again." Yeah, coach is doing it again, throwing Wilgren out there. But it was an amazing chance for sure. And so we missed our first. Did they miss?
They missed their first. No,
Sarah Fillier. That's right.
Yeah.
Sarah Fillier scored on her first. I'm looking at it now. And then Carpy came up second, and Carpy got a goal, and it was top shelf. Where Mama
hides a cookie.
Yeah, I was like, there's a saying that I think is very silly, but that's okay. It was definitely up in the, in the upper. It was where Hillary Knight was also aiming for. She just missed, but
Hillary went a little.
It was
high,
but it was up. So
top shelf.
So anyway, so that's Carpy not only got the only goal for our team, she also ended up getting the only shootout goal for our team. So. So then they missed two after that, and then Hillary went up, and Daniel Serdachny. Oh my gosh, Serdachny's almost went in. It was
Yeah.
so close. I mean, like it was sitting on the line, and it got batted out. So it was so close. It was so close. Osborne just really did.
He
She
did a
did
great
yeah,
job.
she did an excellent job.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, so then they person Persson person I don't know how to say her last name. She did score another shootout, so now it's 2-1. And then our last attempt was Alex Carpenter,
Yeah.
who
And
did not.
no, she did not.
Yeah,
We needed to score it. But you know what? Kudos to them. They deserve to win the game. And I mean, it was in New York and it's this huge thing. Imagine their disappointment if they hadn't won it.
well,
So,
that's what I said. I was like, I'm sad that we lost. I'm really happy that they won
mhm.
because I was just like the air was going to be taken out of that place if we went away with a win, which again, I would have been happy with. Don't
Of
get me
course.
wrong. I would not have walked out of there disappointed had we won. I'm just saying, like, it was so, I got chills to see them. And it was like when Vancouver won their home opener,
Yeah.
when they
Yeah.
played us. It was like, it would have been great to win, but to be able to see them take away that win in such an epic fashion, because it was the first time in Madison Square Garden, and this is, hopefully one day going to be their home arena, and on and on and on. It was like, yeah, like the win for them was just epic. But
Yeah.
so, because it was an overtime shootout win, we did get a point.
Yeah. We got a point, which is our first road point
Yes, our first point. So,
of Patty and Megan.
yeah, oh yeah, for the games that we've seen, because every other game that we've seen on the
Oh,
road.
that's
Oh
not
no,
true.
no,
Yeah,
Vancouver,
Vancouver. We did get a
Vancouver.
point in
Yeah,
Vancouver,
because
but
it
that
was
was,
overtime.
a lifetime ago.
Yeah, it feels like a lifetime
So,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, so all that to say, it was a great game.
Yeah.
It was a really fun game to watch. There was a lot of things, just a lot of things happening on the ice, and
The ref threw there was a ref out there that threw out pucks into the crowd after the game was
yeah,
over. That was I've never seen
yeah,
that before. And I mean I of course I don't claim to see of everything, but that's something I've never seen before and I've been to a lot of games. I was really impressed with that. So,
yeah.
yeah.
It was, I mean, I think people just realized the monumentalness of the night. So
Hmm.
18,006 people. So they did
They have the
outpace
US record
us. They have the US record
and we
now.
can't touch
And we
it.
cannot touch
We
it because we
cannot
don't
get
have
that
that
many
many seats.
chairs.
Yeah, we don't have that many seats in Climate
No.
Pledge. But that's okay. I mean, again,
Happy for them.
if it, to have somebody best us like in this kind of epic fashion at Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena in the entire world, like holy
Go
cow,
get
like
it.
it's totally worth it. So, and we were there. Like that's the other thing, is that we can say we're part of that history,
Hmm.
that we were there the night that it all happened. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we Patty, will you want to tell the story about why you wanted to get the banner
Oh, we saw
pictures?
Alyssa after the game first.
Oh,
That
that's
sweet
right. Oh
diamond
yeah.
fan that knew us from TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was like, "Gloves off. Are you guys gloves off Seattle?" And I'm like, "You're from New York. Why do you know who we are?" And she's like, "No, I see you guys on TikTok." I was like, "Cool."
She was very sweet.
She was very sweet, and it was really fun to talk to her. So, she was just very, very kind.
Yeah.
And again, we've been to many away games that we've lost, and I've never felt bad.
Mm-mm.
It's like everybody's like, we're here to just enjoy this together. So,
Yeah, didn't enjoy the booze when they were booing
yeah,
our players on the
that was
shootout, but
that was a little, I don't know.
I'd never heard that before. Like it
Well,
was
and we weren't
very
there for the introductions because we were
getting our
walking the
food.
concourse and getting
Mhm.
food. But people said that they were booing during introductions too, which was a little, I don't know. To me, I don't know if that's just New York. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that's about, because I don't know. You don't boo players. Like, I know they did cheer for
Everyone's
Hillary Knight,
together.
but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So okay, so near the end of the game, and it was sometime in the third, I just started looking up and around in the building. And this is the Rangers building, right? It's their 100th year. They're celebrating their
Uh-huh.
100th year of Rangerdom. Well, the Rangers were there when I got into hockey, and I think if some people have
A
known
hundred
this,
years ago, you got
no,
into hockey a
no,
hundred
no,
years ago.
not that old. But if people have been around here since our first episode, we talked about this. The year I got into hockey was the year that the Rangers played the Canucks in 1994, and they won in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final. And it was pretty epic. I mean, I was probably one of the only people on the planet that wasn't in Vancouver that was rooting for Vancouver. But the Rangers won it and, got the monkey off their back. They had been like hadn't won the cup for 54 years, and it was a huge thing. And Messier promised the goal and promised the win. It was a pretty epic series, okay? So I'm looking up at their banners. I'm like, oh, that banner is there. And that banner is like, pretty special to me because it's the year I got into hockey. So I wanted to get over there and get a picture of the banner.
Yep.
And the usher didn't want to let me do it.
Well, I think hindsight being what it was, they kept saying friends and family. I think they were gathering people there and they
Oh,
were trying to get everybody else out because
yeah.
they were trying to gather up like people like friends and family of the
Okay.
players. So,
So he did not want, and I'm sorry. I just was like, I came far. I'm gonna get this picture, and I just walked in, and he was really kind of upset with me. But I went and got the picture, and then I went into the next vomitorium too, and got another picture of the banner a little closer, because my wife got a picture of me with the banner,
yeah.
and the banner's like this little tiny speck behind me,
Well,
because we're on an iPhone. There's nothing, not
well,
much
it's
you could
like
do.
if you want to get your face in the picture, you
Yeah,
can't zoom into the
yeah.
banner.
So then I got another picture, and then yeah, it was really good. And the next usher was a little bit nicer, but I think he got in trouble from the previous usher talked to him.
Again, I think that they were trying to gather. I
Yeah,
think they were trying to clear out the arena because they were trying to
yeah,
get people together. So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So it was good. It was a great game. The fans were awesome. It was just spectacular being there. And congratulations, Sirens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good game.
yeah.
Glad we were there.
Mm-hmm.
So then after we decided we were going to go walk the Brooklyn
Walk
Bridge.
a bridge.
It was raining. It was cold. I was like, we're from Seattle. We can just put our shoulders up and deal. I didn't whine that much. I tried really hard. I was trying not to. I don't
You
like
did
to be
really
cold. I
good.
just don't like to be cold.
No.
So then it was yeah, walking the Brooklyn Bridge was pretty epic. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was totally worth it to be a little cold. And
The
then
mist and the fog, and we were with Night Nurse Megan. It was just really
oh yeah,
fun.
Megan came with us, which was fun.
We had the subway ride on the way over. We were
Oh,
with
that's right.
Maddie,
That we oh yeah.
Gabby,
Yeah,
and
Gabby and
Meta, not
Meta.
Maddie,
Yeah,
Meta.
and Meta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, they were Torrent fans that
Yeah.
we met on the
Well, and
subway.
it was really funny because during the conversation we were talking about being at the game and she started unzipping her jacket and she had a Torrent shirt
Torrent
on.
shirt
I'm like,
on.
"Oh, she's a Torrent
Oh
fan?"
my
And I
gosh.
was like, "How
And
did you
they're
guys
from Atlanta.
Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta.
Another Atlanta
Yeah, so
connection.
we're like, "How did you guys?" And we told them about that just so we know. We told them about the Atlanta Truth. We were like, "You guys have to get into this tackle football
Yeah,
team. They are awesome."
yeah.
But yeah, so it was one of those meeting random chance meetings and we had a great conversation.
It
So
was, and it was pretty cool because we were going to take a different subway that got closer that you just walk up on the
yeah.
bridge. We saw the subway, but we didn't go there and we got on this other train and it was like we met them. And I swear that's how this happens
Yeah.
with everything to do with this team and this podcast. It's like everything happens for a reason. And we were exactly where we were supposed to be. And it was really nice talking to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. They were going to see Moulin Rouge today.
Well,
So
they did this. They were doing it. No, no. Oh yeah, Moulin Rouge because it
yeah,
was the
they
same
saw,
thing. It was the same thing that mom and daughter Cheryl and
right,
Lindsay
Carol and
they
Lindsay
had
gone.
seen two strangers
Two strangers
that
staring a cake
day.
across Manhattan. I forget.
I don't know.
Strangers, they
Two
call it.
strangers
It was really
and then
good
Moulin Rouge. Yeah.
the next
So
day.
yeah, it was fun. It was a
Yeah,
good conversation. It was just fun. It was
yeah.
fun to talk to
So it
them.
was really fun. And rode the whole way and talked to them and
Yeah.
then walked the bridge in the mist and got great pictures. Oh my gosh, Megan took great pictures. Night Nurse Megan took great pictures. I got a couple really cool ones.
Yeah.
And we walked all the way over to Brooklyn and then had to walk a
Well,
few trains
okay,
to
so
Dallas.
here's the thing for those who are visiting New York who have not been there before like us. As much as New York is a city that never sleeps, there are some things that happen at night that you just need to be aware of. And one of those is some of the trains change. Like you can't do the same kinds of trains at night, like late at night. And the game got over at 11, guys. So by the time we had walked across the bridge, it was like midnight
Yeah.
after. And so it's like
No, it was like 1
no, because it was 1 o'clock when we got back.
when we got back to Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. So anyway, so we had to we tried one subway station that was closed, and we had to go to another subway station, and then we finally found the subway to get us all the way back. And then we got all the way back to Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got to Madison Square Garden, we went to get our stuff, and we actually found this really cute. Actually, before we get to the heavy side part, we went to this really cute diner that was right by Madison Square Garden. It was called
TikTok.
TikTok. Oh,
Spelled wrong.
right. And
right.
we grabbed our stuff, but before we did that, we walked into the Rutherford, which is the like bar and grill that's right across the street from
We
Madison
thought
Square
we were
Garden.
eat there because they had some food we could eat.
But they didn't have a late night. They didn't have a late night menu that was okay. So anyway, long story short, we were like, okay, can we use the bathroom? And as we're walking by, I catch eyes with Greg Fargo, the head coach of the Sirens, and he's like, he looks at me because I still have my jersey on, and I'm like, hey coach, what's up? He was very kind. He said hi. It was very cute.
And shout out to the Rutherford for letting us go to the bathroom
Oh
for
yeah, that
free,
for
which does
free.
not
Yeah.
happen very
Yeah.
often in New York. So thank you, Rutherford.
Yeah. So then we had dinner. It was very late dinner, but we're still on West Coast time because we didn't really switch over. So we
Mhm.
had dinner at this little diner called TikTok.
It was very
That was
cute.
it was very cute
Great
and
server.
great server, great food. It was a lot of
It's a
fun.
refuge.
We were there for like an hour, hour or more, and just to be warm and out of the weather or whatever. So
Mhm.
we did that, and then now we start the trek trying to get back
We're
to
headed back to
New
New
Jersey
Jersey.
to get because our flight is at 7 a.m. So it's now 2 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning.
it was like 2:30.
2:30 in the morning, and
Hmm.
we're like, okay, we can head back over. We thought we may try and like sleep in the airport. I don't know. We just didn't. We At that point we were like, we just need to head to the airport.
Yeah, it was maybe later because we didn't get to there. Whatever. It was like 2:30, 3 o'clock,
Yeah. So we start going back to Penn Station, which is
which is
what
where we got the train.
where we got the Amtrak train that day or the day before,
Mm.
and found out that Penn Station is closed from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. On the every day. I don't think it's just on the weekends. It's
No, I
every
think it's
day
every
there.
day.
Yeah, and so there is no Amtrak. You cannot take an Amtrak until 5 a.m. And we're like, well, that's not going to work. We have a 7 a.m. flight, and we don't want to be late.
Yeah.
Obviously, we want to make sure we can get through security and stuff. So we're like, three different police officers gave us three different directions on how to get out to New Jersey, none of which were
We're
a
open. We're
thing.
running.
So we finally met a very kind Uber
We didn't
driver.
get his name, did we?
Oh, I don't think I did.
No, he was
Anyway,
very
he
kind.
was a very kind man who basically were like, we'll give you this much money to take us to the airport. He did. He was totally good. But he was telling us on the way that basically everything to New Jersey shuts down at 1 a.m. So it's a pro tip that now we know. You can get around New York City at all hours of the night. The subways
Can't get to
run.
New
You
Jersey.
cannot get to New Jersey at all hours of the night. That is not a thing. And so the only way to get over New Jersey was to take an Uber, which we ended up doing.
Yeah.
So we got to the airport, got through security super quick. It was like 4 a.m. There was
Yeah.
nobody else in line.
Which the New Jersey airport opened at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
So had we got there earlier, we would not have been able to go in. And we
We
got
wouldn't
there
have,
at 4:01.
yeah, we wouldn't have been able to go through TSA. We probably
No.
would have been able to sit out in the outer part, but we
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to go through TSA.
No.
So yeah, so we got into the terminal and we hung out.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess the final thing is the board was broken, so they ended up putting a sticky note on the board to say what flight we were at.
Yeah.
Seattle. It was really cute because it was like it said San Francisco or something in the wrong flight number, and he literally just like stuck a big sticky note up that said Seattle and our flight number on it because the board was broken.
Yeah.
So Alicia joined us. She was on the same flight on the way out.
Yeah,
So
nice talking to her.
yeah, we had a good conversation before we boarded, and then we literally passed out the minute we got on the
Passed
plane.
out. We woke up and ate breakfast in a stupor because we ordered food. And then we slept the entire flight.
Mhm.
Like and it was almost a 6-hour flight.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
we were out.
yeah, we were out.
Yeah.
So now we're home, and still kind of riding the high, but definitely exhausted. We, got a nap in this afternoon, but we wanted to give you guys just the lay of the land of what this trip was and the overview. It was great. It was epic. It was definitely epic, and getting to see the team play and make history at Madison Square Garden, no matter the outcome of the game. Like we were
Chilling.
still there. Alex Carpenter will forever have the stat that she was the first woman to ever score a goal at Madison Square Garden. Like it's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to everyone who made this trip
yeah,
spectacular
Yeah.
for us. It was really just from beginning to end, just amazing.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
So the next game is in Montreal, guys, and that's on Tuesday at 4 p.m.
Mhm.
There is I want to give a shout out. Oh, I'm gonna have to go look right now. There is a watch party. We will not be there because I'll have
I
the kids
work.
and she's at work.
Yeah.
So we will not be at the watch party, but there is a watch party. I want to make sure I say the right place. Hold on, I gotta get to the right thing. There's a watch party at St. Andrew's Pub. It's on Aurora Avenue, North in Seattle, and that is being put on by the Seattle Pride Hockey Association. So they're gonna have merch pop up, and just they're anticipating it being really awesome, a really awesome watch party. So if you
Great.
can make that 4 p.m. at what did I say?
St. Andrews?
St. Andrew's Pub on Aurora in Seattle, and that's at 4 p.m. on Tuesday. So what's the game after that? I was like, well, probably we might do a midweek episode if we have an opportunity. Like that's
Yeah, we might.
there might be an opportunity for us to do a midweek episode. So then I think the next game, we have one more away. We have one more away game before they're back home, but I can't remember what it is. What day is it? Oh, it's on Tuesday. It's on Tuesday the 14th. So, no.
Wednesday the 8th.
Oh, we play back to back?
Back to back? We do.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, we do.
Okay, my bad. I didn't realize that. Sorry, guys. So yes, back to back. We play Tuesday night, and then we also play Wednesday night. Okay, and that's at 4 p.m. as well. So yeah, maybe we'll wait till both those games are. We will. Yeah. I'm just gonna say it right now, making an executive decision. We'll wait till we will have a bonus episode. We'll wait till both those games are over though, to do it. What we will talk about next weekend, I have no idea. We'll make it up as we go along because the game after that is a game in Vancouver. That I know that there is. I just also want to put out there. Alicia did tell us that Women's Pro Hockey Seattle, they organized a bus up there too. So I think there is a bus that's going up on Tuesday. Again, it's Tuesday, right. Work, school, all those things. We're not going to be able to go. We're kind of bummed about that. We'd love to be able to go up to Vancouver to see them play in person. But
did you say the bus is full?
I think she did say the bus was full. I said, did you guys? This is what I said. I said, did you guys get a good crowd? And she said, yeah, we filled up another bus. So whether there's still seats on the bus, I don't know. But if you are interested or want some more information, we can definitely hook you up. Just, reach out to us, email us, or DM us on one of our socials. So yeah. So obviously that's a lot. This is a long episode, but it was very epic. There's a lot of stuff coming up. There's the last game of the Takeover Tour is Tuesday. And there's now rumors flying about expansion. So I just want to mention that. Maybe that's what we're going to be talking about on next week's episode. We'll do a midweek episode for the games, but then maybe by next Monday, we'll have some more information about expansion and what's going on with expansion. So
we'll see.
We shall see. So that is impending, guys. It is for sure that there is expansion coming. I don't think there's any shadow of a doubt that we're going to have expansion teams next year. The question mark is how many. The rumor we've heard is 4,
and who,
and then where. Yeah, and so we've made our predictions, but we'll see when it all comes said and done. So yeah, I think that's all on the horizon. That's on the horizon for right now. So, what's your final word?
Oh gosh, I haven't even got my final word. It's got to be New York. I mean, New York. Come on, just speechless.
Yeah,
just way too much. And every minute, I mean, we spent, what did we say, 32 hours?
It was 32 hours in total.
And every hour we were doing something different, and it was just such an amazing trip, and just so happy we did it.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Yeah. Thanks for adventuring with me.
Yeah, no joke. And it was a fun first time. It was a fun first time New York trip for me. There's about a gojillion things that I want to do in New York, go back and do in New York. But I'm so glad that we made the trip, even though it was a literal whirlwind in and out. So
yeah,
yes. And I've said it 100 times, and I'm going to continue to say it. Like, the community that is part of this league
is everything.
Is so top notch that it just brings us such joy to be able to enjoy these moments with everybody that was there. So with 18,000 of our closest friends.
Thank you, New York.
Anyway, yeah, thank you, New York. It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was very awesome.
All right. Okay. Sorry for the long episode.
No, it was a lot, but yeah. And thanks for everybody that followed along on the journey on socials. It was fun to do that. And yeah, we'll keep going, guys. This is episode 49, and I just want to say that out loud because that means that we are getting very close to a full year of episodes. And yeah, maybe we'll do something special. I have no idea. We're still going to be in the midst, I think, of games.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we are. So, okay, we'll see, guys. But yeah, we're coming up on a year of this, and I can't believe it.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to go to bed now.
Good night.
Bye-bye. And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.